When you visit a country where they speak a different language, there's one thing you should always learn first. Namely, the local phrase for thank you, or so my master taught me. Of course, my master was also such a half-assed human being that she usually didn't bother to learn anything else. Get thanks down first, then just make up the rest as you go along. I had plenty of conversations in America using only thank you, dog, and pencil. When someone's that shamelessly sloppy about life, it's actually kind of charming. The woman had the brains of poultry, but while we're on the subject of English, chicken head is an insult you should usually try to avoid over there. Say that to a woman, and you've implied that she spends a lot of time moving her head back and forth like a chicken pecking at feed.
Today's supper is a fish. You like a fish?
Do I do like a fish?
Yes, fish. Are you okay?
What you say?
Are you okay?
Are you gay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Oh, jeez, but that...
You too?
Suck that! You bastard!
What? Please say again.
You know I'm saying... Look enough.
I like fish. I'm rabbit.
You love it? You must not laugh.
Hey, Amane,
何さ
what exactly are those two doing over there?
あれマキナ先生の特別授業だよ
Remedial class?
ほらみちるはこの前英語のテストで赤点ギリギリだったじゃないだからああやって時々教えてもらってんのよ
Machina. Teach?
まあほら言ったと思うけどマキナはああ見えて子供の頃アメリカに住んでたしね
The idea of Machina teaching somebody is kind of bizarre.
何を言う考えてもみたまいしょくんいいかね松島みちるといえばショパンをチョピンと読む女だぞそして私はアニマルをエニモーと発音する女だこれはもう誰の目から見ても私が教える側の人間であることは明白まさに自明の理ではあるまいかいやそうに違いない反語そしてなぜか口調まで天才風うざいことこの上なし自分で言うっていうか自分で分かっているなら自重しなさいよ
You're awfully full of yourself for someone who can't even pronounce anima... Wow! Animalocar. You're awfully full of yourself for someone who can't even pronounce Animalocar. Wow. You're awfully full of yourself for someone who can't even pronounce Animalocar. You're awfully full of yourself for someone who can't even pronounce Animalocaris properly.
何それ
It's the name of the largest animal in existence during the Cambrian period, Machina. Let's see what you've got.
アロマノカリス
Wrong. Try again.
アノロマカリス
Wrong. It's Anomalocaris. Once more.
ハロゲンバルブハゲロンバブルはいアウト
What? You can't even handle halogen bulb?
マキちゃんは舌が短いし頭の中がちょっと特殊なので うまく発音できない言葉が多いんですよ。
そんなことないのよ。なめんな、マキナなめんな。
貨客船万元本号。
うるさいな、邪魔すんな。
Spare me the temper tantrum. It's probably a side effect of a compression-based mnemonic method. She seems to be storing only the beginning and ending of each word for efficiency, so proper nouns and words with unusual middle syllables give her trouble.
チルチル、英会話の続きやるよ。
うるさいわね。そんな大声出さなくても聞こえてるわよ。
よーし、じゃあアマネを使った英会話始め。
Her name is Amane.
I know, so what?
She's very lovely.
It's right.
By making her a lover, it's to become happy.
How about it?
She's lover of lover.
Lover of lover?
If you marry her, it is mommy of mommy.
Hey, is your mommy a mommy?
Yes.
Oh, holy shit! Cool fun! You get life!
What good is this doing? This isn't even a conversation. Hey, Amane.
Hmm?
Is this really going to help her grades any?
どうだろうね。まあ、やらないよりはいいんじゃない？
Well, maybe. I guess. The complete lack of coherent flow to their conversation is part of the problem, but Makina's English is honestly almost as bad as Michiru's. Her pronunciation is comically off, and she mixes in many weird phrases you won't hear over there. They say you shouldn't learn English from a non-native speaker, and this is a good case in point.
まあ、なんとかなるんじゃない？ノリで。
As you go along, eh? I suppose there are some people out there who can hold an entire conversation using only pencil, dog, and thank you. When it comes to English conversations, might as well just make it up as you go along. I guess that's the extent of our lesson for the day. When you see a maid with her hands empty, call out to her. That's a line from an old movie I saw once. It basically means that a capable maid should be kept busy at all times. Excluding the bridesmaid, whose main responsibility is getting drunk at her friend's wedding, the essence of the maid is service. Her job is to anticipate her employer's actions and needs, then take care of the dirty work in advance. This generally involves tools of some kind, so a maid who isn't carrying anything tends to be idle, underemployed maid. You can apply the idea to other occupations as well. A good soldier always carries a well-maintained rifle, and a diligent student should always have a reference book or two on their person. But in some cases, the opposite may also be true. As I've just discovered, there are certain maids who catch your attention when their hands are full, rather than empty. The maid in question, Kumine Sachi, as of fairly recently, my classmate. Just yesterday, we sat at our desks in the same classroom, pursuing our studies together. And now here she is, walking in my direction, dragging a metal bat roughly across the floor. In this country, where guns and bladed weapons are strictly prohibited, this is about as suspicious as it gets. Show this scene to 10,000 Japanese, and I think everyone would mistake her for a dangerous person. Of course, I don't actually have any proof that assumption would be a mistake on their part. Maybe she really is planning to burst into someone's room and launch an attack. So, who's the target? Unable to suppress my doubts, I call out to Sachi with the question foremost in my mind. She turns to face me with a blank expression of confusion. Her nonplussed face is enough to confirm that my worst suspicions were unfounded. My interrogation proceeds to the next logical point of inquiry. What's that metal bat in your right hand?
水もせいです。
No, that's not.
水もです。
I wasn't asking for the brand, and your pronunciation was fine the first time.
困りました。私、風見さんの質問の意図がわかりません。
I just want to know why you have that metal bat in your hand, and what you intend to use it for.
なるほど。そういう質問だったんですね。
Closing her eyes, she nods in satisfaction at resolving the puzzle. If I was having this conversation with someone from Ichigaya, we would have gotten to this point in 2 seconds or less. Communication between students, as you can see, is a comparatively involved and troublesome process.
この金属バットは、みちる様に頼まれて教室のロッカーから持ってきたんです。
Michiru asked for that? She planning to challenge Sakaki to a duel or something?
それは聞いていませんけど。
Your position inside the hierarchy of your community is established fairly quickly. For those determined to move up the ladder, single combat is a fairly common means of advancement. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to witness such a moment of struggle. Mind if I come with you?
私は構いませんけど。
Alright then, let's go. When we reach Michiru's room, Sachi knocks lightly on the door.
合言葉は
山、
川。
ブルマ。
よし。
With this brief, cryptic exchange of words, the door swings open.
よくやってくれたわね。
In the next moment, a shock of distinctive bleach gold hair springs out toward me. I don't remember doing anything warranting a hug from you, actually.
なんでユージがここにいるのよ。
途中で風見さんと会って、みちる様のところに行くと言ったら、ついて行ってもいいかと言われたので。
なんで？
Why not? Just felt like seeing you, Michiru.
そんな見えすいた嘘に。私は騙されないわよ。
その割にはまんざらでもないって顔をしています。
そこは拾わなくていいところよ、サチ。
すみません。
So, what exactly are you planning to use a metal bat for?
それは乙女の秘密ってやつよ。男のあんたなんかに教えられるわけないでしょ。
Does a metal bat have any female-specific applications?
それじゃあありがとう、サチ。このお礼は必ずするから。
はい。
With this exchange, Michiru quickly retreats back into her room, and Sachi starts to walk off with a satisfied expression on her face. Sachi, aren't you interested in what Michiru plans to do, or what plans to use with that bat for?
私の仕事はただ頼まれたものを届けるだけですから。
I see. True. Demonstrating the discretion to refrain from inquiring into the circumstances of your clients is a vital step toward establishing trusting business relationships. Sachi seems to view her responsibility as a class representative from an admirably professional perspective. Impressive, Sachi. You've exceeded my expectations again.
ありがとうございます。
Watching Sachi's face flush slightly red, I continue with my questions. So, what's next on your schedule?
次は中庭の花壇にお水をまこうと思ってます。
Is that also part of your job as a class rep?
クラス委員の仕事ではないですが、以前学園長さんに枯れない程度に水をやってもらえると助かると言われたので。
I see. Seems that woman's been saving on labor costs by relying on volunteers for simple maintenance work. Next time you see the principal getting ready to push work on you, I think you should tell her the following. Come back after you've fixed that habit of baby talking to your pets.
わかりました。
Also, one more request. Would you mind if I continue observing you work for a while?
はい。私は別に構いませんけど。
Something the matter?
私を見ているだけだと風見さんが退屈なんじゃないかと。
No worries on that front. I've already been entertained enough to last me for a while. Sachi tilts her head to the side in a gesture of pure bewilderment. The more time I spend around this girl, the more I realize she's a natural airhead, the type so oblivious she doesn't even realize she's missing out on everyone else's jokes. Alright, that's that. Don't mind me, I'll keep out of your way.
はい。
Upon entering the courtyard, Sachi immediately begins watering the rows of flowers. If you forget the strange fact that it's taking place in a Japanese school, this little scene of a maid caring for the flower beds is truly picturesque. Are those purple flowers verbenias?
はい。熊つづら科の多年草で、日本では美女桜って呼ばれたりしています。
You're pretty knowledgeable.
詳しいまではいかないですけど、枯らさない程度に最低限のことは調べました。
I see. You're a diligent one. All of a sudden, Sachi stops moving her watering can. She bends down and opens a flower's bulb with her hand, carefully examining it. Something wrong?
この子の葉っぱ、白くなってます。
Crouching down next to her to take a look, I quickly understand why she's so concerned. One of the flower's petals is almost entirely covered in white, as if someone's dusted it with powder. Looks like flower disease. At my words, Sachi looks at me with eyes full of anticipation. Sorry, but that doesn't mean it's become edible. It's more commonly known as powdery mildew disease. You see it a lot when you're growing wheat or grapes.
そうだったんですか。
It's caused by a parasitic fungus, so the most effective response would probably be using chemical fungicides on the affected plants.
殺菌剤。
If you ask the principal, I'm sure she'll get some for you. What is it? Something on your mind?
風見さんの方こそ花のことに詳しいなと思って。
Ah, not in particular. Guess I'm actually pretty similar to you in this respect. Sachi, somebody once told me to read books, and I've just been following those orders. After a while, a lot of random trivia just accumulated in my head. It does come in handy every so often. Sachi doesn't respond to my words verbally, but her smile seems slightly brighter than usual. So, where are we headed next?
おトイレです。
That's so.
はい。
The conversation comes to an abrupt end. We walk on in silence. After a little while, we arrive in front of the girls' bathroom. Hey, Sachi, mind if I stop you for a second here?
なんでしょう。
If we take another step forward here, I'm going to be trespassing in the girls' bathroom.
そうなりますね。
And you don't have a problem with that?
私がどうというよりは、もしその現場を他の誰かに見られた場合、風見さんの信用を著しく損なう恐れがあると思いますけど。
Seems she at least understands that a man entering a female restroom is generally not considered acceptable. So, next up is cleaning the grand bathroom.
はい。この時間帯にお風呂に入ろうとする人は少ないので、いつもこのくらいに掃除をすることが多いです。
You planning to do it by yourself today as usual?
そうですね。私は分身したり、自分そっくりのロボットを作ったりする力は持っていないので。
True. Don't think I can help you on that front myself. That said, she could at least try asking one of the others for assistance once in a while. Maybe it has something to do with her firm set of beliefs about her responsibilities as class representative. While I'm pondering the matter, Sachi has already calmly begun her work. After stopping the hot water that's constantly trickling into the oversized bath, she begins to lightly rinse the other areas of the bathroom using the shower head. From the quick, confident movements of her hands, it's obvious that she's repeated the procedure many, many times. It's pretty clear that Michiru or Amane helping is a rare event. I think she's effectively been cleaning this place all by herself for a long time now. Since I did tell Sachi I'd stay out of her way, it was my intention not to interfere with her work as much as possible, but just standing here and watching as my classmate does manual labor feels pretty awkward. Hey, Sachi.
Hi.
This is just an offer, but how about I help out as well?
でも、ここの掃除は風見さんが頼まれたわけではないですし。
Yeah, but I'd like to help, as long as I wouldn't get in the way. What do you say?
そうですね。風見さんはどことなく不思議な力が使えたりしそうな雰囲気があるので、その力を駆使して手伝っていただけると助かるかもしれません。
Unfortunately, I don't have any supernatural skills, but I do have some confidence in my basic physical capabilities.
わかりました。では、体力を駆使してよろしくお願いします。
Sure. Okay, let's get down to it. Your orders? What's wrong?
実は私、人に指示を出すのがあまり得意ではなくて。
I see. In that case, you want me to give the commands?
はい、その方が助かります。
Got it. We're dividing the bathroom into two halves. Sachi, continue to work on that area from the entrance to the right wall. I'll assume responsibility for the left half. Our objective will be to finish the work in 15 minutes. Is that acceptable?
Yes, sir.
A good response. Having completed the division of labor, I quietly move my brush along the tiled floor, precisely imitating Sachi's movements as I observed them earlier. Throwing yourself into a mindless task like this every once in a while isn't such a bad thing. Helps maintain your ability to concentrate. Sachi lets out a small cry, and there's the sound of something toppling over. When I turn around, I find Sachi sitting on her backside on the bathroom floor. She seems somewhat dazed. You planning to clean the floor with your clothes instead of the brush?
なるほど。その考えはありませんでした。目から鱗です。
In a gesture that's growing increasingly familiar to me, Sachi nods her head vigorously several times. It seems to be a sign she's absorbing a new idea. So, first things first. Any injuries?
少し床のタイルを傷めたかもしれません。
That's not a problem. Let's continue the job. I reach out my hand to Sachi, who hasn't budged from the bathroom floor during this conversation.
はい。
After helping Sachi to her feet and confirming that she's all right, I return to my own work. Whew. But seriously, the more you look at this gigantic bathroom, the more it seems out of place in a student dormitory. It's sizable enough that even a grown man would likely get tired trying to clean it alone. Then again, this academy is dramatically over-equipped in nearly every respect, considering the tiny number of students currently enrolled here. The one area where they show moderate restraint is the small faculty. But even then, every class is led by a lecturer with special expertise in their particular field. Well, I suppose the economic efficiency of this place isn't really my problem. What's with the chirping? Do we have a sparrow trapped in here? When I turn back in search of the wayward songbird, I find Sachi in an inexplicable state of undress. What on earth are you wearing?
パンツ一丁でしょうか?
She's got her bra on as well, so I think underwear would be a more precise description. No, see, I was trying to ask why you've taken off your maid uniform.
それは先ほど転んだ時に服が濡れてしまったので、どうせならもっと効率のいい方法で掃除をしようと思った結果です。
And so you wrapped your uniform around the head of the brush and started dragging it across the floor?
はい、風見さんの一言から思いついた名案です。グッジョブです。
I suppose her clothes brush is contacting more of the floor at once than the standard version, but I'm more than a little dubious about how effective a cleaning instrument it is. In exchange, you're standing around in your underwear in front of a member of the opposite sex. Any thoughts on that?
ダメで。
Sorry, but I'm not familiar with the language of the sparrows.
ダメでしょうか?
Well, not for me. I'm not the sort to complain about a free show.
それなら問題ありませんね。
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Sachi gets back to work, completely nonchalant. Things have gotten troublesome all of a sudden. There may not be any major problems at present, but if, say, a monitor were to walk in right now, I think there's a good possibility that I'd get dragged into an interrogation even lengthier than the one that followed the JB incident. At this point, I notice Sakaki standing frozen just inside the entrance. Planning to take a bath in your clothes?
その必要もなくなったわ。たった今ね。
Even as she spits out her retort, Sakaki's suspicious glare stays glued to Sachi and her bizarre appearance.
小峰さん、その格好はどうしたの？
風見さんが脱いだ方がいいとおっしゃるので。
Hold on, Sachi. There are a number of problems with your attempt at explaining the situation.
じゃあ、本当のところはどうだっていうの？あなたにも前例があるし、返答によっては許さないわよ。
Prior offender? Oh, you're talking about the time she came to school in her underwear.
ええ。
Sakaki reaches into the pocket of her skirt and retrieves the usual item. She carries her self-defense stationery with her even into the bath. A truly cautious individual. Sachi could learn a thing or two from her example. I think I've mentioned this before, but that thing isn't going to work on me. As for the reason Sachi's in her underwear, she decided this would be a more efficient method of cleaning and took off her clothes on her own initiative.
そう。
Although I offered my explanation fully expecting it to be rejected, Sakaki accepts my words surprisingly easy. It seems she's familiar enough with Sachi's lack of common sense that even a bizarre story like this sounds perfectly plausible. So anyway, the grand bathroom is reserved for cleaning at the moment. At this announcement, Sakaki abruptly turns and walks out of the bathroom, her long hair streaming behind her. As for Sachi, she's already restarted her cleaning as if nothing had happened. The females in this school seem to be somewhat lacking in the shame department. Or perhaps my preconceptions of the matter are as old-fashioned as wearing a pager on your hip. Maybe this is just the way things are nowadays. It seems like I've still got quite a lot to learn. Sachi, you're really something. In a lot of ways.
ありがとうございます。
I have a truly unlimited number of unresolved questions here, but one in particular stands out. Why is it that this girl can strip to her underwear in front of a man without even batting an eyelid? but blushes bright red when you give her anything resembling a compliment. Female thought processes are truly complex. In this way, a day spent in close observation of my classmate comes to an end. And starting the very next day, there's a clear change in my environment. Hey everyone, J2 John Jeremy here. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click on subscribe and the bell icon to ensure you're kept up to date on the channel. Until next time, so long and take care.